The principles of a sound employment relationship are merit-based recruitment at the outset, followed by underpinning employment documentation, leading on to managing the performance of employees. What we're all interested in as employers, of course, is how best to get most performance out of our employees, because employing people can be an expensive mistake if we don't get that right. So thinking about merit-based recruitment as the outset, what do we mean by that? Well, that's about employing the right person for the job and employing somebody on a merit basis. So somebody who actually deserves the job because they both best meet your person's specification for the role. What that means is that at the outset, you'd think about what you want in the role, what tasks you want it to be doing. That is the basis for your job description. And from that, then what you can do is decide what kind of a person you actually need to do that role. And that's your person's specification. That means that you consider the qualities, the experience, the skills, the knowledge, the qualifications that person needs, and the personal attributes in order to do that job well. Merit-based recruitment and selection is then about using evidence to decide who best meets your person's specification. So in the event that you are shortlisting, for example, you'd use the application forms to see who scores best against the person's specification using a shortlisting grid. And in the selection testing section, you would use interviews, you would use written tests, things like that, with a scoring mechanism to them to decide who achieves most points against the person's specification. So you end up being able to physically measure somebody against the person's spec and pick the best person for the role. There are some key documents that you'll need for employment purposes. Firstly, the law says that you have to give every employee a contract of employment within 2 months of them starting work for you. The actual document that you have to give them is called a statement of terms and conditions, and it's relatively simple. There are certain key things that have to be in there, such as hours of work and levels of pay, so on and so forth. Lots of employers decide they want to expand that slightly and put in contractual terms that better reflect the needs of their organisation and protect them slightly more. And so other clauses can be put in around things like discrimination and health and safety. Once you've actually got those documents in place, then the next thing probably is to think about policies so that you have a consistent approach to managing employees on a day-on-day basis. The only policy you have to have by law is a health and safety policy once you've reached 5 employees, but lots of employers find it helpful to have simple, straightforward policies about things like annual leave, disciplinary, grievance, maternity, family-friendly rules, the things that crop up quite a lot, so that you can be sure that you're treating people consistently in those circumstances. The other piece of employee documentation that you probably will find helpful is a staff handbook. Once you get to about 5 or 10 employees, this is a really good way of setting out how we do it around here and the rules that apply in your organisation and the benefits that people can enjoy as well.